If you're looking for outstanding neighborhoods with charm, class, style, and you are not wanting to break the bank with large HOA fees, then this video is for you. Now, and if you're like me and you cannot believe how high some of these HOA fees are going in many neighborhoods, and you're asking yourself, is it worth it? Again, this video is for you. So let's get right into it, because one thing is certain. It's hard to escape HOA fees in Florida, especially if you do want to have some deed restrictions, which do help keep the neighborhoods looking great and keep our values up. Now let's visit a few today, and be sure to stick around until the end though, because I'm going to share with you one of my absolute favorite neighborhoods, and I think you're going to love it as well. Now, by chance, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for visiting and finding us. Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell button so you're notified when I post new videos, which I do all the time, and leave comments below. Let us know if we can help you. My team and I are here for you. I want to talk about 5 very special neighborhoods that people love, and they're not going to break the bank when it comes to unwanted fees. Now, the first neighborhood is so popular that you may have already heard of it, but did not realize that you can find the ideal home in a perfect location just minutes to downtown and Siesta Key. This neighborhood is Arlington Park. Now, Arlington Park is one of these eclectic, original, older neighborhoods in Sarasota. It is located just 5 minutes to downtown, right off of Bay Vista, Highway 41, and it is so special. Not only because it has 0 HOA fees, or that you can actually have Airbnbs, but because you can find homes priced from $500,000 all the way up to a couple $1 million. Now, I know $500,000 is not a steal, but being 5 minutes to downtown and the Bayfront, it's really a great value. And a lot of the new construction that does not have HOA fees are being built here in Arlington Park, because not everyone wants to build in a community that has resort style pools and all of these things that we're paying so much for. So if you want an older home or a new home, Arlington Park is a great neighborhood to check out. All right, I'm moving on to a neighborhood that I'm pretty sure you may not have heard of, but it is special. It is one of those neighborhoods that people drive by all the time and they're like, what is that neighborhood? I see the signs, but I've never driven in. And that neighborhood is Hidden Oaks Estate. Hidden Oaks Estates is really unique as it's 100 residents in Hidden Oaks. It's conveniently located not very far from I-75 and about 10 minutes to downtown, and only about 15-minute drive to any of the beaches. This is a really well-established neighborhood, and the size of lots are about 1-acre parcels. And so it's kind of a natural little oasis right in the middle of Sarasota. Has a lot of Florida vegetation, very native wildlife, lots of birds, grand old oaks. It's such a beautiful neighborhood. Now, the homes here were built in the 1970s, 80s, and 90s, and there is a variety of designs, different architectural detail and styles. None of the homes look cookie cutter or all the same. Now, it is a deed restricted community, and it does have tennis courts. However, all the homes are so unique, and the prices are between $700,000 and over $1 million. And the HOA fees, well, they're all below $100 a month. Now, this area does not have any shared amenities, but it does have convenience, privacy, and just such charm. I know so many people drive through here and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know this existed in Sarasota, or that you could find acre lots in Sarasota. So this is not just a neighborhood that has low HOAs, it's really a hidden gem in the area. Okay, moving on to the next neighborhood. This one is Sylvan Lee. Now, Sylvan Lee is, again, such a charming area. To start with, it's only 51 homes, and it is like living in a forest. It really is. And it is $500 a year for HOA fees. That fee does maintain all of the roads in here. Also, there was a lot of custom built homes in here, or these were not spec homes or cookie cutters where one builder built all the same homes. It's kind of like living in a natural preserve here in Florida. Now, this location is off of Fruitville, just east of Interstate 75 and north of Bee Ridge Road. Many of these homes were built in the 1980s. The reason there's so many trees in native is that builders were not allowed to cut down these trees due to native species and mature transplants. Also, homeowners are expected to maintain their architectural variety and the landscaping in this area. So you will not find cookie cutter homes here. You could find anything from a New England style cottage to a Florida contemporary. So this is definitely definitely a special neighborhood. Before moving on to my favorite neighborhood, I want to give a little nod and shout out to the fourth neighborhood on our list, and that is Three Oaks. Again, if you don't want to break the bank on HOA fees, you don't want a cookie cutter neighborhood, you don't care if it's gated, you don't care if there's a lot of amenities, well, this neighborhood is for you. This is located off of Proctor Road, near kind of close to the interstate off of Cattleman, and Three Oaks is a neighborhood that started development back in the late 1990s. Now, instead of contracting a single home builder in this design, there are multiple contractors and multiple builders, and again, just not cookie cutter. There are not amenities such as community pools, and so many of these homes have their own pools. Most homes are well over 2,200 square feet, and they're a variety of styles. The price point in Three Oaks starts about $650 and goes up to $950. The HOA fee is only $27 a month. So you can see that this is another stunning neighborhood with low HOA fees. All right, now let's move on to one of my absolutely favorite neighborhoods here in Sarasota. And I kind of stumbled upon it when I moved here years ago, and it's still one of my favorites, and that is the Lakes of Sarasota. Now this does include the Lakes of Sarasota, Timber Lakes, and Lakes Estate. The Lakes Estate is primarily a little bit more luxury homes, but this is definitely a special area right on the corner of McIntosh and Bay Vista. There's definitely a few lakes in the Lakes Estate. This is an upscale deed restricted community, definitely in the heart of the city, and it was originally built in the 1980s. This is an ideal location as it's just a few minutes from downtown and the interstate. Lots of shopping, restaurants, doctors, everything you could do, and the beaches are only about 15 minutes away. There's 190 very well maintained single family homes here in the Lakes, and they range in size from 1,900 to a little over 4,000. As I said, they were built in the late 1980s to really early 1990s. Now there is mandatory fees that are less than $200, but they do include 2 heated pools, a small fitness center, playground, recreation facilities, tennis courts. So this isn't your resort style neighborhood. However, it still has 2 heated pools and plenty of places to entertain, and just such a nice little area of town. It's just really gorgeous, big trees. As you drive through here, you just really feel like you're in real neighborhood and not something that is, again, cookie cutter. Price points here in the Lakes range from $600,000 to just a little over $1 million. So there you have it. Some of the best neighborhoods in Sarasota with very low or no HOA. What do you think of these neighborhoods? Maybe one of them is right for you? Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about these neighborhoods or any neighborhoods in Sarasota. We do have lots of neighborhoods with low HOAs. It just seems like we don't talk about them very often, but they're out there. So please reach out, let me know how I can help. My team and I are here ready to help any way we can. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.